This is a 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. And if you're thinking about buying this truck, there's one option you absolutely have to add on there. I borrowed this truck from Jerry Seiner, Buick GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. Be sure to check out the inventory. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see the options and features on this build. At the very top is a description with the colors, downpour metallic. And then here is a short listing of the standard equipment. Base price is $68,700. And here are all the options. Denali reserve package for $45.65. And those 22-inch wheels come a part of that package too. 6.2 liter V8. And this one does have the dynamic fuel management. Downpour metallic was $495. Active exhaust was $395. That comes a part of the 6.2 liter. Trailer tire pressure for $50. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $77,995. And here are the Philly comment numbers off to the side. This is definitely the chrome lover's dream. Denali just has a ton of chrome. All on the front grille, down below, and on the recovery hooks right there too. You can also see those front parking sensors. Fog lights are right here. They are a projector style. And as far as your headlights go, I've always liked the design of these, and they look great going down the road too. Full LED, you guys see it says GMC right there, and then off to the side it says Sierra with more chrome inside the housing of that headlight. They really did do a good job at styling these for sure. But on the front end you have a camera with a sprayer right there, and active grille shutters. So definitely a lot going on. There is a cut out right here going through that bumper, and then off to the side you have these 22-inch wheels. They do provide a plastic fender flare, and these wheels are wrapped in the Bridgestone Alenza tire. Tire size is going to be a 275/50/22, and then here is the capacity for the tires, 2,403 pounds at 44 psi max. You have the fabric material on the wheel liner, independent front suspension, no surprise there. And are those active? Yeah, those are active. That's definitely active suspension for sure. And then you have these power deployable running boards that do come out. I'll show this to you in a second, but here's some of the badging. This truck does come standard with the 5.3 liter, by the way. And it does come available with two-wheel drive. Now, if you want to get a Denali Ultimate, it comes standard with four-wheel drive. As far as the mirrors go, they do have a little bit of chrome lighting on the front end for stationary, blind spot monitoring, and then you have more cameras with puddle lights. And if you open the door, you can see these running boards do slide out. They don't go down. So it's a pretty unique design, and there's a button on the end of them that allows them to come all the way out like this. So if you need to grab something out of the bed, you have that option. Now while I'm up here, you guys can see you have two cameras, one for your bed view, one for your 4K rear view mirror. 24-gallon fuel tank, and because this has a 6.2, premium fuel recommended. Did they change that? I thought it said required in the past. They do provide a liner in the rear, and you guys can see that suspension. You have two leaves, actually there's three. You can kind of see that bottom one is a helper spring there. And the wheel design, not my favorite, but if you're building your truck from the factory, you're in luck because they have like 10 available wheels, including these. Full LED taillights, multi-pro tailgate. You can see that you have those exhaust tips in chrome down below. And camera inputs for your trailer and a 7-pin. Class 4 hitch. And there's your rear end. So it should be a 323, I believe. And you can see those dual exhausts. Now this is active exhaust too, so just keep that in mind. Inside the bed, spray in, 400 watts of power. You have 6 tie downs out back here. You can see your bed lights there, and you have what looks to be 6 out front too. Now this tailgate is not power going up, but as you guys saw, it is assisted, and it does break down into a step. Now the one option you 100% should opt for It was available last year. It's the carbon package. So they give you a carbon fiber bed, and they say that you should have more bed space. So if I ever have a chance, I'll have to compare beds to see if that's the case. But the other benefit of that is if you do plan on towing a trailer, that should pick you up a little bit more extra payload as well. I did a Denali Ultimate video, and on that truck you can get it as a separate item, but it looks like you have to spend the money for the carbon bed and the kicker sound system for the Denali pickup truck. So maybe if you go into the dealership and build the truck by yourself, they might have it available as a standalone option for like, I think it's like less than 200 bucks. But if you plan on towing a trailer and you need payload, that is definitely an option I would 100% select. So this is the most expensive engine option for the GMC Sierra, the 6.2 liter gas V8. I always see these engines have AFM, but they have DFM, which is dynamic fuel management, which is cylinder deactivation. Now this engine is going to be putting out 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. All that power goes to a 10-speed transmission. If you don't know, that transmission was actually co-developed with Ford. Direct injection, and back to the dynamic fuel management. They took that away back in, I think, 2022, somewhere in there. And then they brought it back, and I wish they would have not done that. But nevertheless, there are tunes where you can deactivate it, or if you put it in manual mode and lock it into 10 gear, you don't have to have that system come on. 0W20 oil. And let's go ahead and listen to this exhaust. What I'll do is I'll remote start it so you guys can hear from back here. Okay, it didn't seem that loud, but you have to have it in sport mode for it to come on. So let's see if it's in sport mode. So yes, it is in sport mode. So here's a rev. Has a limiter on it, but I'm gonna put it back in normal mode. Watch how it goes a little quieter. That's in normal mode. If you put it in off-road mode, it also makes it louder. And this is pretty much how you control those drive modes. So if you swipe it to the left, sport, and normal. So here is the door card for the Denali. Love the soft touch and this like wrinkle leather effect they have right here. You can feel how porous the wood is. I'm not sure if this is real wood, but you guys can see how it goes from light to like a burnt color. I'll show it to you on the other side a little bit better. But your Denali badge is right there. Auto up and down for the front, but auto down for the rear, but you have to hold it to go back up. Power folding, outside mirrors. These trucks are loaded. Now for 2025, they did take away the leather in this pocket here. So this all was wrapped in leather, all down in here. And they took it away for 2025, unfortunately. You guys see the Bose speaker grill, looks really nice, 9-speaker Bose. And some of your stitching is gray with the piping right below it being gray. You have more of that wrinkle look for the leather. This is a 12-way seat because the lumbar goes up and down. And then check out just the piping, stitching, really nice attention to detail, perforated leather. They put Denali right there. And here's that headrest too. It's not adjustable for tilt. And then here is the kick plate, says Denali right there. And you still have a power steering column for this Denali truck. Let's check out the passenger side. So you can see the door a little bit better. You can see how that wood goes from light to dark. So it's like a burnt effect to it. And I think it's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. And on this side, 12-way seat. And I like how they give you like this satin finish around these. They don't even have to do that because you don't really see that, but it's just a nice attention to detail. Now, on the center console, they do have some perforated leather. And you still have more of that burnt wood effect right here. So you can see how it's like a little bit darker, and then it goes to light like that. Glove box down below. Cannot use this truck for a bed camper. And here's just that center console, a little bit of leather wrapping right here. Let's go ahead and check out the back. They don't skimp out in the rear, so you still have all the soft touch right here. Speaker grill, and then here are your seats, a little bit of storage right on the upright part of the seat. You can tilt down these headrests if you need better visibility. Power sliding glass with defrost, and armrest. You still have outboard heated seats, 2 USBs, air vents, 60/40 bench with that storage below. Let's go ahead and jump back over to the driver's side. So you guys pretty much saw these buttons here. You have 4-wheel drive auto, electronic parking brake, and then this is for your lighting. Heads-up display, 15-inch up top there. This does have paddle shifters too. By the way, there's your animations if you want to see them. Pretty cool. But yeah, these paddle shifters are just gear limiter, so you can't use this to drive it sporty, by the way. Push button start right below. And this is a 12.3-inch display. You can customize this entire screen. You can add and take away from it. This screen is fully customizable too as well. It does have a split screen too. Now, the tire pressure monitoring system, if you do tow a trailer and you do use those tire pressure monitoring, you can see the temperature and the tire pressure in the tires, so it's pretty cool. I've gotten my tires up to like 140 degrees before, so it's nice to see where they are. And then if you need to pull over, you can kind of let those tires cool back down too if you need. Now if you put it in reverse using the shifter here, you have your backup camera. You also have your 360, so bird's eye. And you can see above the truck here. You can also see on the side, so if you need to go off-road or if you need to pull into a parking space, some of these cameras are really good for that too, because you know some people don't drive trucks all the time, so they're a little bit harder. You can zoom into that rear hitch. Also, you have that bed view camera. It does turn on the lights when you add this camera view. Let's see if it turns on the, oh yeah, it does turn on the backup line for the bed. That's pretty cool. Now you saw that you had 2 cameras above. The other camera is for this. LED interior lights, and of course this is going to slide that rear window back there, and you have a sunroof. But notice how the roof is a different color from the rest of the interior. Now, if that bothers you, I've pretty much shown that, hey, your piping and stitching matches the roof, so at least it matches the interior. I still would rather a black liner. LED lights, home links up there too, as you guys see, and they do give you a leather wrap dash here. This screen is fully customizable, so if you want to pull out your trailering, if you don't ever plan on towing, you can put your cameras inside of here. If you want to move things around, like for example, I have my Apple CarPlay right there, so this is easy to get to. On this page here, climate is actually inside the screen and it's on the outside, so I do like what they've done. Heated ventilated seats, dual climate control. You have your lane keep assist, parking sensors for front and rear, and you can disable them like that. Auto stop start. You can drop the tailgate, caution lights, traction control, and then downhill assist is right there. 2 USBs, trailer brake, wireless charger, 2 more Type C and then Type A USBs, and then 120 volt power plug, and then deep storage. Let's go ahead and check out the payload. So here are all the numbers on the door. Gross axle rating up front is going to be 3,800 pounds. The rear is the same at 3,800 pounds. 7,100 pound gross fuel weight rating and 22/9 wide wheels. All in payload is 1,416 pounds. And I'm willing to bet you if you got that carbon fiber bed, as I mentioned earlier, you probably could pick up another 100 pounds. Maybe in that ballpark at the very least. But yes, 8,900 pound conventional towing, 6,400 pound gooseneck, which I doubt anyone tows a gooseneck with this truck, and gross combined is 15,000 pounds, and this truck weighs 5,684 pounds on the curb. I hope you guys liked the video. I do think that GMC has one of the best trucks on the market with the amount of features that you get, and there's not a lot of packages that you have to select to get everything on this truck. I mean, once you select the Denali Reserve, you get everything that you want. This multi-pro tailgate comes standard, and the truck is pretty well equipped for the price point. Now again, they're not cheap, but at least you know what it's going to cost you, for something similar like this. If you want a lot of these options, they pretty much come standard when you opt for that Denali Reserve. The only thing that is missing is the Super Cruise. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to check out Jerry Seiner. See you guys soon.